Okay. So I've finally gotten back in the test realm. I'm gonna make a video trying to show you guys a new champion.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Try to go through, view some of the items, see what they do. Since there's so many in the shop. New UI, search features. It's got your recommended build. It separates them by, this is what you should start with. These are essential to the specific champion you're playing in the Azabryat. And then it's got,
30 seconds until
a
minions
choice
spawn.
of offensive items and defensive items. So it's nice how they break it down. It doesn't just show a couple things going across the top. When you're searching through all the items, it's got a bunch of checklists, and as you click things, they start to, narrow down, so it's a lot easier with all the new items to figure out what it is that you actually want to get. We'll look at that in a second. First, I wanted to go through her. Her name is Nami. She's a support champion and a mermaid, so she's awesome. Her passive is granting movement speed to an ally when you cast a spell or ability on them. Her Q sends out a skill shot that deals some damage, and it's kind of like it shoots like a bubble. And when that bubble hits, it's an AoE like CC effect that picks enemies up for like 1.5 seconds, and it's really nice crowd control. It's not a very long cooldown, especially late game once you get some some cooldown reduction. You'll be throwing those things around all day. Her W is it bounces back and forth between allies, enemies. It hits both when they're close, heals allies, damages enemies. Nothing really new there. I've seen stuff like that before. Her E grants you or an ally some ability power on their next couple basic attacks based on your ability power. So if you're rocking with your carry bot lane, you throw an E on them, they get some increased movement speed from your passive, and then they get a ton of extra AP on their magic damage on their auto attacks for the next couple attacks, and can really rip some face. I was doing it to a Twitch the other day, and yeah, he was just raping people with that. And then her her ultimate is tidal wave. It sends out a huge tidal wave that does it slows with a slight knock up. It's really nice. You can see the duration here. The width of the ability is huge. It's kind of like almost like a Janna tornado, but ginormous. So that's really cool. They also are good, these two, as you can see. These are available now. In all game types is barrier. You can use that now. It's just like from Proving Grounds AMRAM map. So they got that there, and now if you notice, heal does the same amount of healing to you and everyone nearby. Your allies don't take reduced healing from that. So we can go back to being a support type ability, whereas before the carries don't have to take it anymore to try to bait and get that full healing. They can get it from their support. Okay, so let's look at some of the stuff that we got going on here. There's a ton. There's so many There's so many new items in here. I wanted to start by looking at the boots. Okay, so these are all, none of these are anything new. They all basically grant the same things that they used to. So we'll buy, well, I can get this already. So we'll just buy these, so I can show you. Okay, so you get your tier 2 boots, and then if you notice, there's enchantments that you can get on each boot. I think they're pretty much all the same. Yeah. So you got Alacrity, which gives you additional movement speed on top of the regular boots. You got Distortion, which reduces cooldown on Teleport, Flash, and Ghost by 25%, which is really, really cool. I've used that. I like that one. It's got Fear. Whenever you deal damage with a single target attack or spell, you get 12% bonus movement speed. So that's kind of nice. I think I'd still rather take just the flat additional movement speed, but that's me. I do that in boots as well. I like boots of swiftness over boots of mobility, but it's preference. There's Captain, which is allied champions running towards you gain 8% movement speed, and nearby minions gain 25 movement speed. It's a decent one for a support, especially if you're trying to, because you're always kind of in the back, you're trying to save people. They're trying to get away, from if they get jumped or something. You can throw down. If you're playing dummy, throw in your Q, knock everybody up, and your ally has a chance to get increased movement speed as they're trying to run away towards you, which is nice. And then Home Guard. Whenever you're at your fountain, you gain full health, mana, you get a 200% movement speed for 8 seconds. It slowly goes down over time. Not a big fan of that one. I mean, it doesn't really take all that long for your health and mana to recharge anyway. I think a lot of the other enchants are definitely way better. Okay, so those are all the boots. We're gonna take that off there. We'll go down. We can start at the top here and just try and look through some stuff. Go down a little bit at a time. Should be all of them down the line here, so we'll just start at the new ones. The Hunter's Machete, I'm pretty sure is yeah, it's a new start, new jungle item. You get Butcher, which is actually a passive I've seen on a lot of items. I've seen it on a couple AP items. Increasing damage done, all damage done to monsters, which is pretty cool. And then you also have Red, dealing true damage to the monsters. So it's just a faster clear of the jungle. It's also a new item to get. It's part of the item to get to Madrits, which is nice. So you can see how you get to Rails now is with cloth armor and a machete instead of a longsword, which is makes more sense. It's kind of cool. Also goes up into the Spirit Stone, which is part of the AP path. You get health and mana regen, and then the additional damage. And this goes into a bunch of different items. Spectral Wraith gives you Spell Vamp, CDR, and then still the increased damage. Spirit of the Ancient Golem seems pretty cool. Bunch of health and armor, health and mana regen, bunch of stuff to your Butcher, plus you get your tenacity out of that item. It's a really, really nice item right there. And then the Elder Lizard is attack damage, health and mana. And then it's also got Incinerate on it, which is a unique passive. Your basic attacks and non-periodic spell damage burn the target. So it's a little like red buff from an item, which is cool. I know this one's kind of like blue, but not really. Okay. What else we have? What else we have going on here? Let's keep looking for new stuff. New stuff. New stuff. Ooh, Sightstone. This is an awesome item. Sightstone, definitely a big support item. You don't have to basically buy wards ever again. Once you get these, you get charges on them that you can place 2 at a time. You get 4 charges, so you can throw down 2 wards at once in your lane. Every time you come back to the fountain, your charges restack. Really awesome. Really nice item. It also upgrades into the Ruby Sightstone. Gives you more health. Gives you 5 charges and lets you place 3 wards at once. So yeah. Really definitely a good item overall. Spirit Stone's there, already talked about. What else we got here? Most of the stuff is bigger upgrade stuff, but I'm still not even sure of what everything is. I haven't gone through and been given a chance to see what all this stuff is yet. Haven't seen anything. Okay, there's Cage's Last Breath. This is a new upgrade for the Lucky Pick, the Mana Manipulator. It has the same effect, so you still get gold every 10 seconds, which is nice, because a lot of times, you know, the gold per 10 items that you get, they don't still give you that gold once you upgrade them, but this one does. You still get a passive from the Manipulator, but you also get an active that surrounds an ally with a blizzard for 4 seconds, slows nearby enemy movement by 30%. Really cool. And do a lot of, you know, damage chasing someone down in a team fight. Throwing on an initiator, definitely do some awesome stuff there. Also can upgrade into the Wraith Collar, ability power and magic resist, movement speed. Doesn't give you the gold per 5 or the gold per 10, but it has an interesting active which I haven't been able to actually do yet. It summons 2 invulnerable ghosts for 6 seconds to seek the 2 nearest enemy champions, and if they touch an enemy, they slow that enemy by 40% and reveal him for 2.5 seconds. So that's it's very interesting. It's definitely a very interesting item. It's got a lot of ability power, magic resist, movement speed. It's a really nice item. I don't know how it's going to work overall compared to other stuff, but we'll see once we get there. Okay, what else we got? Crucible. We got 300 mana, 40 magic resist, and 9 mana per 5. Passive with Mana Font. Increase your mana regen by 1% for 1% you are missing. Okay. And the active is to remove all stuns, roots, taunts, figure silences, and slows. No, it also heals for a decent amount, especially if you're lower. 15% of your total missing health, and 150 flat. So it's kind of like a support Quicksilver Sash. It's kind of cool. I like that. It's definitely a good idea for any support. If you get targeted at all, you definitely need that. One over that. We have Banner of Command now. Since they removed